Welcome back. Despite Bitcoin not being able to break $39,000 resistance, the cryptocurrency markets are kind of green, which is cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Miss B is doing. So as I talked about in the YouTube short, you guys, I said be very cautious here because we do have heavy resistance at $39,000. If we get a break above $39,000, it is go time for Bitcoin. Then from $39,000, we have $42,000, which essentially would really break us out of this ugly downtrend that we are facing. So right now it's kind of a waiting game, which is okay. So if you're an experienced trader, have fun with the markets. But if you're someone who wants to kind of buy, hold, see what happens, I'd be really cautious, really cautious, because when we're in a gnarly downtrend like this, the market is not guaranteed to reverse and give us gains. And to be honest with you, even though I don't think we're in a real bear market until we break and lose support of $29,000, I am starting to get bear market vibes. It is starting to feel like bear market 2018, where we have all this hopium, we have all this excitement, but at the same time, we cannot make a higher high. Do whatever it is that works for you, but at the same time, I am immensely cautious when it comes to crypto right now. This next story comes out of India today, and it's actually very interesting because over the last week or so, since we've had all this economic uncertainty, are we going to W? Are we not going to W? What the heck is going on? Our public servants are not being transparent with us, but what is new? But this is particularly interesting, and it's also causing a lot of controversy on the internet within the Bitcoin community, the crypto community, whatever it may be. Russia proposes new crypto bill to regulate Bitcoin mining despite central banks' warning. So central banks do not want to regulate Bitcoin, or not necessarily regulate Bitcoin. They don't want to deal with it. And the reason why, it is a threat to their local fiat currencies. And it's all a business for them, which makes sense. But they essentially want to regulate Bitcoin mining, all of this type of stuff. But the key piece of information here that is upsetting a lot of people, we're going to go ahead and read. The new bill by the Russian Ministry of Finance follows all of the other suggestions of the central bank, including complete ban on their trade for currency. So they are not completely legalizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It lays out new regulations for those investing, proposing a new test for determining the level of knowledge of digital currencies and the associated risk. Those passing the test will be able to invest up to 600,000 rupees, or Rs 5.5 lakh. So that is in a Indian currency. I don't know how much that is, but I read on a different article that if you want to invest over $600 or over $650 into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you do have to take a test. And to be honest with you, in the United States, the SEC is always complaining about investors not being educated enough. And that's really up for debate because realistically, when you think about it, when you go in to get a student loan, do they tell you how much you have to pay back? They don't explain interest rates. We're not taught all of this in school. It's not done in plain English when we see the darn contract. When you go to buy a car, do they really explain it to you? When you take a mortgage on a house, do they explain it to you? They don't. I've bought in 2 houses in my life. They don't explain anything. You literally just sign your life away. So I'm willing to go ahead and compromise with the SEC and say, hey, let us take a test so we can go ahead and invest in crypto. I really don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I know Bitcoiners are super upset about it because they're like, we want a decentralized economy, when in fact they're not even emotionally mature enough to act or be a part of a decentralized economy because of the type of toxicity they have. It's literally like a religion. Anyways, that's another story for another time. But I'm willing to compromise with the US government on this if they were to impose it here. Also, too, this part is important. So the bill also proposes mandatory identification for investors. For this, the deposit and withdrawal of cryptocurrency from the client to a platform and vice versa may only be allowed through a bank account. Thus, customer identification will be carried out both by the operators and the banks. So basically, they want to track you and do KYC. Tons of fun. Do I agree with that or not? Well, I am a simple person, and part of being simple, but also street smart, is understanding that you don't get to go in and dictate anything to anybody, especially governments. They dictate to you. So does it suck that they're imposing this or that they want to go ahead and pass this bill? Kind of, but at the same time, what did you guys expect? What did we expect the government to do? They want to go ahead and make sure that their people are safe, but realistically, they want to go ahead and make sure that they're getting their cut. There are ways to go ahead and mitigate this, but at the same time, it's kind of blah. I don't like the whole bank account thing when it comes to cryptocurrency, but I'm not opposed to the test of basically defining whether somebody is mentally capable of investing or not, because we have so many people in the altcoin space, the DeFi space, that jump into anything and then they blame somebody else for their own decision. So I believe everyone should be able to make their own decisions, but you should be competent enough and you shouldn't be blaming it on others. So at the same time, I am for this test to take, but I'm not necessarily okay with utilizing your bank account for cryptocurrencies. But at the same time, if that's what we need to do for mass adoption, I don't know. I really want you guys to go ahead and comment your thoughts below. I'm curious to see where you guys lie on this. And over here is why we Bitcoin. Canada begins releasing over 200 bank accounts frozen to end convoy occupation. The Canadian government froze approximately 210 bank accounts holding almost $7.8 million to put financial pressure on the convoy occupation participants. So I don't want to talk about the politics regarding the convoy because a lot of people are stating this happened, blah, 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 whatever it is. But realistically, if people want to go ahead and protest, just as long as it's done peacefully, that's fine. Some people are saying it isn't peaceful. Others are saying it is. Heck, I don't even know anymore. All I know is that you should not be able to freeze anybody's bank account. You shouldn't be able to not let somebody have access to their money. Having access to your money and your assets is a human right, just like healthcare is a human right. Just like we have all these different types of human rights in the United States that we protest and we fight for. You don't get to pick what is a human right or what isn't a human right based off of your personal opinion, especially when it's talking about politics. Do better, guys. And I'm happy that they're going to be unfreezing the accounts, but at the same time, we need to do better. This isn't okay. This next segment is sponsored by Margex. And yes, we went ahead and covered them on the show before. One of the reasons why we're going to be talking about them is because I think it is important to know all of the different cryptocurrency exchanges available. One of the reasons why is because cryptocurrency exchanges are all built differently. They have different UI, UX, different security, different liquidity, and even different assets available. So very briefly about Margex. It is an immensely reliable platform to trade Bitcoin with up to 100 times leverage. But at the same time, no trader really has any business utilizing 100 time leverage. If you are a new trader, you can trade spot on Margex. They also have their live demo paper trading, which we'll talk about in a minute. But generally, you want to trade 2 to 3 times leverage, utilize a stop if you are a more experienced trader. And with Margex, they have over 11 different assets with no KYC. Another really cool thing they have is this trading guide up over here. So it's a quick start guide, video tutorials, how to make a deposit, how to buy Bitcoin, leverage trading and margin, order types, and trading on Margex. Order types is immensely important, especially if you're brand new. But the live demo I'm very excited about. And one of the reasons why is if you're brand new to crypto and you think that you want to become a trader, I highly recommend using a platform like Margex that offers demo trading. And one of the reasons why is because you're not putting any capital on the table and you can simply track your trades to see if this is something that works for you. Some people are really great traders, some aren't good traders. Me personally, I'm a better trader in a bear market than in a bull market. And I think if you start paper trading or using their demo, you can kind of realize what you're good at and what you aren't good at. And it'll eventually help you make more money in the future. So on this particular demo, they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP with no Litecoin, EOS, YFI, ADA, and Solana. And they have the limit, the market, and the stop market, which I think is immensely important. And their UI UX is absolutely beautiful. So again, I highly recommend you check them out, at least look at the platform, and just keep it as an option because you never know, you might need to use them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and set alerts. I will catch you later this evening. Bye-bye.